Welcome back. The weather might have eased up in KwaZulu-Natal for now, but the South African Weather Service has issued a warning as more rain is anticipated. Weather forecaster Lehlohonolo Tobela joins me now live. Thanks for your time again. Appreciate it. 2 hours ago, you posted on social media that extreme rainfall and widespread flooding is expected overnight again in KwaZulu-Natal and parts of the Eastern Cape. Just explain whether this is still expected overnight or not.
Good evening, and thanks for having me. Well, firstly, I'd like to just maybe pass my condolences to the families that are affected with what we've heard about the loss of life. But yes, we've included the warning to still carry on for the evening due to the already saturated levels of the land and where areas that have received rainfall overnight since yesterday. So then any amount of rainfall that happen within the night into the morning amounts to a lot of rainfall falling and then flooding still happening. I mean, you can imagine if the soil is already saturated, so a lot of runoff will happen and a lot of mudslides are to continue happening into tomorrow morning. So even if the amounts of rainfall are not as hectic as what we have experienced yesterday, it's still yet to experience some flooding over areas that are having soils that are saturated.
How many millimeters of rainfall did we see overnight into today in KwaZulu-Natal?
I mean, King Shaka reported or observations were showing about 225 millimeters of rain. Margate was showing about 311 millimeters of rainfall, and some areas of Virginia also 304 millimeters. So you can see the range of about the amounts of between 200 and 300 millimeters of rain happening within 24 hours since yesterday. So it is quite a significant amount of rainfall to result in what has been seen as the public have been witnessing the things that are happening in KZN.
Obviously, the scale of damage that we've seen in KwaZulu-Natal seems to be much higher than in previous years. So in terms of this rainfall that we're witnessing, I know on Friday you told me that, it's a normal weather pattern given the month we're in. But is it normal to see 200 to 300 millimeters of rain in a 24-hour period in one province?
Well, it is. I mean, there have been previous cases of it happening, although even if it's a rare case of it happening. But what happens is with the cutoff low, as a system that develops in the upper air accompanied with a surface low pressure system that usually happens due to an intensity of it. As it intensifies, it produces that low pressure system along the coast, which brings in the moisture feed into the areas around the coastal areas, depending on where the low pressure system is. So that moisture feeds in and more rainfall is happening due to that association between a low pressure system in the upper air and the surface. So it is something that happens as really common, it's not as common as things happen and rare conditions happening. It really is something that usually happens when you have such a system. It's just with association of where the system happens. So if the upper air system and the surface system are in alignment, usually this is such a case that happens. I mean, it's not an unusual thing for cutoff low upper air systems to happen, but it is quite an event that is expected with these systems.
And then just talk to me about when we're going to see a couple of days of sunshine in the province so that emergency services can actually get to work. And obviously, as Deson was telling us a short while ago, that they actually already are starting to try to move through the rubble and look for people.
As things stand, I mean, we still see an improvement of showers and rain, as we still have a 30% chance for possible up until tomorrow morning. It looks like tomorrow most of the areas clear up, and with the 60% just remaining over the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape province. But the KZN province should start seeing some relief from tomorrow. And probably on Thursday, that's when we have some 30% chance of showers and thunder showers for the southern areas of South Africa. That includes Eastern Cape and the Western Cape province as the cold front slips south. And a scattered chance of showers and thunder showers still comes back on Friday. So it looks like we're looking at tomorrow being the relief day. And Friday, we still have some showers and thunder showers as we have a upper air trough developing around the southern areas of the country, spreading into the weekend. So we are still monitoring the conditions, and if there is anything that arises before, we'll still alert all the radio stations, and people should just have an alert and keep looking at our weather pages.
But the weekend weather right now does not look to be extreme, correct?
Not as extreme as what we've experienced, just a chance of showers and thunder showers due to that upper trough system that start developing and moving eastwards by Friday into the weekend. Yes, we'll see the central parts, Free State, Northwest, and Gauteng province also receiving some showers and thunder showers, but not as extreme as what we've experienced in the past 3 days.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Letlohonolo Tubela from the South African Weather Service.